Hi, I'm Carrie and welcome to my channel. Today I am here with the energy reading for the second week of December. I am using the same deck as I used last week, so I'm going to shuffle these cards and I will be back with our reading. Okay, so this week's energy reading, our primary energy is navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. So I could take this a couple ways. I could actually fall into the key phrase here of follow your bliss. And it's like, where's your heart leading you this week? What is it that you're truly wanting to engage in, to embrace, etc. But this card also brings me into the energy of kind of the moon a little bit from the tarot. And while this card does not lean into those fears and illusions, it's also a reminder because you can only see so far here on this road. It's a reminder that you cannot see the complete path ahead. But sometimes you just have to keep moving forward, knowing that as long as you're staying true to yourself, as long as you are keeping a place for joy in your heart and letting yourself follow your true intuition, you're going in the right direction. That's what I feel that this card means. So, what to release comes from the 10 of Cups. And what I feel with this is everything is not going to be perfect as much as you want it to be picture perfect. There's no mold that you should be trying to fit yourself into. What is perfect and what is right for you is not necessarily perfect and right for another. And I feel what to release is to stop comparing yourself to those ideas or those ideals or those other people that you maybe are trying to live up to in order to please them, which is fulfilling their joy and their bliss, maybe, and not yours. So look at where maybe your plans for the road ahead aren't really yours, don't really belong to you, and they're more of an ideal of what the perfect scenario may be. So, what we need to embrace comes from the Seven of Pentacles. And I think this is so great regarding this navigating by the stars and follow your bliss. This isn't about abandoning everything and just following your joy and your joy only. While that is an important part of it, it's also about taking time to evaluate what's going right, how things are working out for you. Or is this the direction that you still want to go in? Do you still want to continue planting these seeds? Look at the successes that you've had so far. So it's a whole evaluation process. It's about acknowledging the things that have gone right. It's about noticing, because if you look, his body is kind of tilted towards this 10 of cups. And I just talked about this as those ideals that we put in our head of okay, well, if I have this, it'll be perfect. And then I can step into that bliss. I can step into that joy. And I know the road ahead is going to be, fine from here on out. But our ideals that sometimes are skewed, and our expectations around a person, a situation, can be detrimental to our happiness when we set these high expectations for something to fulfill us in some way that doesn't. So the Seven of Pentacles comes in and says, hey, wait, just hold on a minute. Let's look at all of this and see, is this really what we still want in our life? Which then brings you back to that navigating by the stars, following that intuition and what is truly bringing you joy. So this is what you're to lean into and let go of those high expectations of that perfect ideal that you may have planted in your head. And then where this is leading us is the Knight of Wands. And what I feel with that is not only does the Knight of Wands like reinvigorate you to embrace life in some way, and the Knight of Wands is sometimes impulsive and sometimes rushes ahead and doesn't think very much, but they also let their passion drive them. And they also know how to embrace fun, and they also know how to be a little bit lighthearted. So maybe if you release the ideals of things needing to be perfect, especially during this holiday season, and you take a moment to evaluate what is really worth your time, what is really worth your effort, and what is it that you need to do in order to get yourself back on track. Maybe that's going to bring a little bit more of the fun and lightheartedness in to this week or to this holiday season if you celebrate it in some way. Let me know if this reading resonated with you in the comments below. And thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more from me. And as always, my Ko-fi link is in the description box below if you want to support me in another way. So until I see you next week, bye.